Hello everybody, I'm Ronnie. Good to meet you. This is my new channel. I'm making this channel for all the people out there that have been told, are you ever going to fix that thing? You ought to sell it. Get rid of it, let somebody else do what's going to do something with it. Well, I love these things, these old cars, but unless you got something super rare, they don't eat nothing once they're paid for. Just keep them from rusting away and get to it when you can. And this is what I've got. I've got my 76 Firebird right here. I got my 72 Torino out there. You probably can't see it, and my motorcycle. And this is for all of you who take and trying to figure out how to speak. But this is for all of those people. I don't know everything. I was a mechanic 30 years ago. I drive a truck now. Been driving a truck for 30 years. I always worked on my own stuff because I was too broke not to. And this is what I want to say. I'm doing this too, so I have a documentation of myself, so I can see what I've done. And it keeps me honest. So here we are. You're going to go with me. You can take and stay with me. You can leave. I don't care. I've got my lovely assistant in the background, my camera girl, my oldest god granddaughter. She's telling me whether I'm doing good or bad. Okay, giggles. Anyways, you got to remember about these cars. These cars, as much as we love them, all they were transportation. My Firebird right here, it's a 76 Pontiac Firebird. Okay, came with a 350 two-barrel Pontiac, 350 turbo, about a 241 or 273 rear end, base model Firebird. It was nobody's baby, or it may have been, but it wasn't anything special. Okay, my Torino, I'll show you that in a little bit. 1972 Gran Torino coupe. I call them coupes. It's not the fastback sport style. All right. Came with a 302, no air conditioning, no power brakes, just power steering and a heater. FMX 8-inch rear end, 273, and that's all it was, just transportation. People drove these cars. They woke up every day and got in them, wintertime, summertime, and drove them. So don't get so worked up about things having to be perfect. Another thing I want my channel to be is one that says you should drive it. I hate seeing all these cars. They're beautiful. Restored Chevelles, Mustangs, Corvettes, everything. And they get driven to Dairy Queen on Sunday. That's it. Look, these are cars. Especially if you got a GM or a Mustang, you can find all the parts to them. You can literally rebuild the car, drive them. That's what they were made for. If you're not going to drive them, they're useless sitting in the refrigerator. Tells you where my mind's at. They're useless sitting in the garage. If you're going to leave it sitting in the garage, take and get you a thing of clay and sculpt you a car, and then come out and look at it. That's all you got to do. Cars are pieces of machinery. All right. I'm kind of a purist. I like to keep. You're not going to see me do anything about LS's. I'm not a big Chevy man, but I love them. I like my Fords. I like my Pontiacs. I do like Chevys. I like my Chryslers. That is 70 Super B. But this is what I've got now. So, what you're going to do, or what I'm going to do, you can do what you want. I'm going to build these things. I've been buying parts for the last year, gone broke. But I'm going to fix these things. I spent a lot of years not working on things and just leaving them sitting because I was too broke to do anything. Just what happens. I never sold them, except one. I wish I hadn't sold it. Well, I've actually sold two. But anyway, that's another story. I've taken and been buying things, starting to take things apart, because these have got these are 50 something year old cars, each one. They've got a lot of stuff that needs to be done to them. So guess what? I'm going to take and I'm going to do this stuff. I'm buying tools. I'm getting everything I need. And no, if I'm buying tools from Harbor Freight, Amazon, from China, basically. And it's because I'm not a shop runner. I have a full-time job. I work 50, 60 hours a week. All right. So I buy things that I'm not going to be using all the time. I've got a press over there that I bought off Amazon for $85. If I use it twice, it's paid for itself by not having to go to somebody and have them take and press my wheel bearings or something off my pause unit. I've got parts like crazy. I'm building a 460 to replace the 460 in my Torino. The Pontiac, I'm going to keep it 350 Pontiac. Why? Just to be different. Everybody does 400s, 455s. Let's see what I can do with a Pontiac 350. I got a lot of inspiration off of a channel called Automotive Adventures with Austin, who's built a couple of them. And he did it the same way, just to be different. So that's what I'm going to do. I do have spinal stenosis, which makes it hard for me to stand a long time, so you're going to see me sitting a lot. I got a stool out here that I can roll around, do everything. I can stand and do things. I can do my job. I can work on these cars. I spent a lot of years being broke. Or maybe I wasn't as broke as I thought I was, but I took and, wasn't able to work on them. I had another wife. I had, mortgage, everything else. I've had things happen in my life. So what you see is what you get with me. Down here in Tennessee, I've got friends, I've got family, I got loved ones. This is it, and I'm going to build cars. All right, I don't care, if you don't like the way I build them. I'm going to try to do everything safe and right. You can follow along with me. Some things are going to be corners cut. It's just the way it's going to have to be. It's like, my Firebird, I can find every part on it. And, brand new. I've taken and bought me a cheap Yes welder, and I bought a plasma cutter. I've never used either one before, and I'm fixing to learn how to weld. I got friends that'll show me, and I'm gonna weld floors in. I gotta weld up some of the frame on the Firebird, but I can get every part for it. I just have to do it. Now the parts are cheap, the labor is expensive. Remember that, depending on what you build. My Torino, on the other hand, now I've had to take and do some searching on it. It needs a whole new trunk floor, and it could use floor. It's got floors. Needs floors in the inside the floorboards. They're not super bad, but they're bad enough. But on the forums, I took and I found that you can take 66 to 69, I think it is 69, Mustang floorboards, and weld in it, and they match. So I've got one for the driver's side, I got one for the passenger side. The trunk, I have found the best trunk for my car, my Torino, is the for a 1972 Chevelle. I've got pictures of it. I haven't welded it in yet or nothing, but I laid it in there, and it looks like it was made for the car. And some things I'm just going to have to make. Body panels, patch panels, I'm going to have to make them. They don't make anything for my Torino. From 72 to 76, that body style, you can find a hood, fiberglass hood, and that's it. Or you got to go searching for junkyards to find parts. Not junkyards anymore, there ain't many of them in there. But this is what I'm doing. I know I'm going to repeat myself a dozen times because I'm not used to talking like this long form type of deal. But what can I say? And if if I take and talk too much, that's what I did. But I get a little bit lost on things and forget what I said, because then I have to take and go and erase things and do it over, and I forget where I'm at and what I said in the others. So, like I said, these things, they're cars. I love them. And, they don't rule my life, though. Only God does that. And if you ask my wife, she might. But she's delusional, so it doesn't matter. My granddaughters, they think the same thing, too. They're delusional. Yes, you are.
They can't even hear me.
They can now. You just did it.
We're going to need to cut this out the video.
See. But this is my Chronicles. That's probably what I should have named the channel. Chronicles. I don't know what else to say right now. I do that sometimes. I have something in mind, and there we go. But let me take you off here, give you a quick look around. All right. This is my little part of the world. This is my camera girl. Tools. Cabinets. Hopefully I'm not going too fast. Hopefully it's staying right. And there we go. Now this is my life. And that's what these are. But, by the same token, see, she's coming up on me now. Look at her. Pretty little girl. Alright, and this here, my 76 Firebird. Alright, I painted this car 25 years ago. It was my father's car. And we painted it with rattle cans. Alright, say what you want about rattle cans. They did a good job for a long time. This time I'm not doing rattle cans. I've got a lot to do in this car. Alright, you just keep me in the frame and we'll be good. If I tell you to point at something, or point it at something, you look at it. Okay? Alright. No. Come on through. Just follow me. Now see all this right here? I got to take this all out. I hadn't intended to do that. I was hoping to just get this car running again, but you can see the rust. It's just surface, but it's just going to take a lot of work. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to rebuild this 350 Pontiac. I've rebuilt it once. I'm going to rebuild it again. I've got a roller cam over there. I've got a set of 62 heads. This engine's only a 7.9 or so compression ratio. 76 350. It's a dog. It ain't got no power. It's gonna have somewhere around 350 to 380 horsepower when I'm done. Just be a nice driver. I've got 2-inch lowering springs for it, for all the way around. I'm gonna get into slalom racing, the parking lot racing I call it. The Torino's another story. It's gonna be just drag and drive and drive. The one thing these two cars are going to have together, they're both going to be drivers. They're going to be able to be driven legally and everything else. Come on this way. Move my insulation out of the way. All right. And this is my 1972 Torino. Okay, I've let it sit too long. I got stuff to do to it. Hit this pause button. You tell me when.
I am.
All right. All right, hitting in. This is my 72 Torino. You see I got stuff growing on it. I'm fixing to wash it off. It's been raining. I gotta fix the door on it. But if you come over here and look, see I got the floors down there. It's rotted. It's on both sides. I got a new steering wheel. You see the floors in it. They do not make floors for this car like I told you before. You have to take and make things work. And that's what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to put just any sheet metal. I've got it for a 66 to 70 or so Mustang, and I'm going to weld them in. Door panels don't look too bad. I'm going to have to get new ones though. Headliner. I've got a roll bar to go into it because I want to make this car somewhere in the 11 or 10 second quarter mile. Next year, or the year after, depending on when I do it, this car is probably going to get a 552 or 557. I've got a set of Kazi heads, P51s. Let's see if I can get this open. This trunk here is going the way of the Dodo. Come over here.
Just move past everything.
See, this is what I got to teach myself too. Metalworking. Because if you look right here, this is all bad. All the trunk gutters, all the way around. I don't worry about this because I've got another trunk in there. But this stuff here, I've got to make. And you can see my trunk in here. I got to cut that out. And I'll put pictures up on the, when I post this. You'll see how the Chevelle fits in there. And this is it. But I love this old car. You know, could I do better by buying another one? Not one of these because they're fairly rare. But hit the button, let's go back inside.
Start.
This, what you're fixing to see, is the 1972 Chevelle trunk floor that I bought for this car. And the condition a little bit better in stills. It will also have, and this is a trunk fuel cell use. It almost looks like it was made for the car. It's amazing.
Go again.
Ready?
I've been recording.
Okay. Anyways, I understand the process. But having the knowledge to do it and everything, it's like painting this car. All right, I don't know how to paint properly. I'm going to learn. Or I'm going to at least learn well enough to keep from messing it up, letting it rust anymore. And you can too. You got to remember, everything on these things, it's just metal. You know, it can all be fixed. Every one of these cars that you have, I have, that were in body shops, you know, in 1977, I guarantee there were plenty of Firebirds in the body shops where people had wrecked them. and they were fixed. And, you know, they were fixed right. Same with that Torino out there. So they can be fixed, you know. Yeah, people put the big price tags on them because, yeah, they ain't being made no more. Well, you're right, they're not being made anymore, but by the same token, you know, they can still all be fixed. It's only steel. You know, you can do it. There are other parts you can work around. I've got to figure out a workaround for the body bushings on that Torino. I bought all the body bushings for the Firebird because they're still made. But nobody restores that many Torinos except the Starsky and Hutch guys. The 74 to 76, which is the same body style. I like the 72. I like the big mouth front end. That's my favorite. It's just mean looking. But this is what you got to do. Yeah, I know I have taken and said a whole, but I intend on, you know, you're not going to see these cars run for a good while. It's just a straight up fact. I got too much actual physical work, and when you think about how many hours it takes to do some of this, it's like if you were to take and pull this car, this Firebird, into a body shop just to get it ready for a cheap paint job, is probably 40 to 60 hours of straight work. Okay? And that's if somebody knows what they're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to have to figure it out. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I study up on it. And I've got help. I've got friends that are going to help me. So you have to rely on them. Then I got other things I got to do. I need to fix her bike. I got to build this engine. I got to get it to the machine shop. I need to fix that motorcycle. But you know what? Some things just going to have to be put on the back burner. That's all there is to it. Well, I think that's all for this video. I hope I didn't bore you too bad. Next video, I'll probably start working on things. We'll see. I got new springs over there for this, for rear end of this, and I got to weld. I'll show you later. I got to weld the frame on it and weld the torque box in. Means I got to learn how to do that. So, anyways, thanks. Catch you later. See ya.